So first I want to acknowledge the traditional owners on where we're gathered here today. Pay their respects to the past, the present and the future elders. And without this acknowledgement, we do not grow or learn from. I haven't prepared a PowerPoint because I'm going to talk about humanitarian aid, but also bringing the Buddhist perspective. Okay. So to begin with, I think it's kind of very important to first understand the Buddhist concept of how we see the world. So one of the first teachings that the Buddha ever taught was the four sufferings. The four sufferings. The four noble truths, as we call it in Buddhism. Life is suffering. He taught why we're suffering, and he talked about you can change it and how to change it. So once you have this concept that life is not perfect, you know, you're going to have ups and downs, then you can actually actively look at it and then attack it. So once you have this whole concept that everyone during their life goes up in this flux, you can really understand that there's their need to help people suffering or to liberate suffering of others, to help people where you can. So once you have this concept, the situation that has caused it is our karma. So once we have a belief in that everything we think, everything we speak, everything we do has a result. We have a result of this. It leads to, for some people, into dreadful circumstances. So once we understand that, we can then address it. Because Buddhism also talks about the power of now. That's why Buddhism doesn't really talk about not a lot of focus of how we come to this point. We focus on the present moment, and this is where we can actually put all our efforts and energy into right now, and then we can alleviate suffering for ourselves and for others. So when we have this concept of karma, the driving force of all karma is intention. Okay? So if you have a good intention, you'll get a good outcome. When you have a bad intention, you'll have a bad outcome. When you have that basic understanding, there is then the view of we have to act now, we have to help people that are in their situation, liberate their suffering, is very empowering. That we have to do something right now. So with that focus, we can really try to help others and people. However, in Buddhism, again, we talk about the two important aspects of Buddhism. You have to have a balance of compassion with the wisdom. You can't just have all compassion because it alleviates to, you just get walked all over. Yeah? It's pretty simple. So you have to have this wisdom. So how do you apply that into our days? Once we understand that life is suffering, we have as being human, we have an imperative to help others, is to actually listen. Because I think if you don't listen, you do more damage than good. And look at all developmental work across the whole world. You first need to listen to the people. It needs to come for the people. Because if you have this concept of that, I'm in a position to help you, so I'm helping you, then you're really losing the meaning of you're losing the opportunity, I should say, the opportunity to help this person. First, you need to sit with them, talk with them. You need to listen, and listen before you do anything. This is pretty basic because it has to come from the people. Yeah? And once you have that, you can improve on this and you can actually do a lot of good. There's no good in coming to an area and thinking education is a very good means of improving someone's life. So you build a school. But then when you go away, actually, the most important thing is that person have the basic rights. you need to have your basic rights covered first before you can do anything. So actually listening to people, seeing where that need is, and not coming there with this concept of I'm in a power, so I can't come and help you. And then when you do this, in Buddhism, we all talk about this lack of this, what we call this lack of self. So we don't have this self as who I am. Venerable Hui Jin is not just my body, right? Because the body changes. It goes through a process. Every 7 years, all your cells will be replaced. So actually, what is this essence? It's not this essence of this self in a Buddhist view. Once you understand that as well, you can see that actually humanity, the reason why you want to help others is because it's actually not benefit for you. It's actually your other brother, the other person that you're connected to. Because we have this sense of oneness. Right? That I shouldn't help, this is me and that's them. Once you have this us and them theory and this point of view, really a lot of damage can be done. So once you go past that sense of this is me and this is how I live and that's how they live and that. Once you go past that and transcend that to a higher level of that we're all interconnected, there's actually economic benefit to help people, right? To alleviate suffering, right? And that's why we do it. So once you have that concept that everyone suffers and we need to liberate, we need to help people in this world right now. Because actually, when you get rid of this concept of self, you can really do great things. Because it transcends that. And that's where how Buddhism, Buddhist focus or the Buddhist perspective is seen on humanitarian aid and charity works. So then, you see a lot of disasters. So, it's very imperative for us as a Buddhist, as a conscious Buddhist, to be able to be active in this, to donate, to be involved in this type of thing, to alleviate suffering for others and also yourself. Yeah? So, as we can see, I'm an Aussie, born in Australia and also Brisbane, but my tradition is actually the Chinese Buddhist tradition. However, because of the political situation in China, it's practiced in Taiwan. So as we can see a lot of, in my order, we can see one of the four foundations of our temple is charity. This is a huge part of our focus and our drive as a temple, as an order, as a religious institution. And actually in Taiwan, there has been some disasters and we have been at the forefront to help that. But I don't want to really focus on that because I think it loses the point. I think we're all human. And we're in Australia, I think we're very blessed. We will never understand the true essence of starvation. And that's something to be grateful for. So we need to move from that and help others. Okay. I know it's a dialogue session, so if you want to talk, come and see me afterwards and we'll have a chat. Thank you very much.